What's up, guys? NickDaGreek here. Uh, I was on the global server the other day, and I was talking to somebody, and they were saying they don't want to six-star Shannon and Bernard. And I didn't see why not. Now, I know Shannon is a little two-star, and it is what it is. Me, I hated her too at some point. I thought she was worthless, but she's actually a lot better than what most people think. Now, thanks to trolling noobs, I can't keep track of his names. I think it was trolling Blunt at some point. It was Blunt Man when I first met him. We've been in a guild together from like the first week we've both been started playing the game, or like the first month. And it's like, I remember him as Blunt Man. So I think it's trolling noobs right now, to be honest with you. I can't believe I can't remember. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I have this team, right? Now, this is my basic team for farming most B10s. And it works. It's actually extremely successful. I haven't failed anything. So I need one more. And you know what? Their stats aren't that great. Orochi doesn't have 100% crit rate or 100% accuracy. I think Shannon's accuracy is horrible. I don't remember. Aman, his runes are funny. I have Rage and Blade on him with 100% crit rate. Bernard's runes are good, and Acasus's runes are okay. They're not the greatest, but they're okay. I'll show you their runes after, but I just want to show everybody how this team can do pretty much every single B10 dungeon, except for dragons and the fire dungeon. The fire dungeon is a little different. I'll make a video tomorrow for the dark dungeon, and then on Tuesday for the water dungeon, and then Wednesday for the wind dungeon. See, I'm a little confused right now because everything is a day before now. Like, everybody that came from the global server is probably a little confused as well, because the days on the global server is light is Sunday, dark is Monday, fire is Tuesday, Wednesday is water, and Thursday is wind. Now everything is a day before for us. So, which I actually kind of like it this way. The Hall of Heroes starts a day before also. And I don't really like to farm Hall of Heroes the whole weekend. Like, I like to pop XP boosters on the weekend. So, tomorrow I'm not going to pop an XP booster. I farmed this Hall of Heroes for I don't even know why. I just want to have 5 Fire Kung Fu Girls. I got 5 of them. And I have 1 laying around, or 2, something like that. But, the whole thing is, I'd rather pop a booster on a Saturday and Sunday, or just one day, like on a Saturday, on a Sunday, you know? So, pretty much what you can do is, for me, the time zone for me, the arena ends at 9, and I believe the reset for the Hall of Heroes stops at 11 my time. This is Eastern Standard Time, which is great, which gives me 12 hours to pop a booster. I like it that way. I prefer it that way. So whatever the case is, it is. See, I'm not even paying attention to the screen, and I'm just looking around. I'm looking at my dogs. It's never a dull moment with my dogs, I swear. It's ridiculous, you know? Try owning 2 pit bulls, and they're both rescues. My first dog, Sophie, she was so sweet. She's a great dog. And then my second dog, technically he's a rescue, but he's not at the same time. I got Rocky because one of my friends died, and nobody could really take care of him. He was very poorly trained, and I didn't want him to end up in a shelter. Because, you know what? If they probably would have trained him, just didn't want him to end up in a shelter. Because I was scared that they might have put him to sleep. Because he is a very wild dog sometimes. He really can't get along with other dogs. I knew he'd be able to get along with Sophie because Sophie is Sophie. Oh, you see that I've been farming the light dungeon, by the way, so I can awaken Arya. So we'll do that now. But as I was saying, Sophie is Sophie. You know, Sophie She's a nutty dog. She's not a vicious dog, but don't mess around with her. And she's 60 pounds only. Rocky's 80. So now we got Arya. I slept on Arya, but I farmed her from the Hall of Heroes, and I just summoned her like a month ago. So now I'm going to show you the Hall of Magic. I pretty much use this team to auto. Even though it takes a little longer, it just, you know what, when I'm at work or even when I'm driving too, I just put this team auto, and I don't got to worry about nothing. They never fail. It's like nobody even gets close to dying. So anybody that has Orochi and a Cassis, I know some people, most people should have a Cassis because she was the Hall of Heroes, but some people that haven't been playing since the Cassis was in the Hall of Heroes don't have her. So you got to be lucky enough to summon her. And you don't need her to have to have all her skill ups necessarily. And even if she's not a bad monster. You can throw Devilmon into her. I don't see why not. I didn't throw Devilmon into a Cassis, but I threw Devilmon into Lumerecia because it's just easier for me to farm B10 dragons with her. How long is this video? 7 minutes so far. Wow, okay, that's it. Maybe we'll show you a nice Giants run too. So this is my Giants team as well. I have a riskier Giants team as well. I switch out Amon for Lucian, but we're not going to do that right now. I don't know if anybody else is having this problem that I'm having, but I can't get mids at all. I'll be honest with you, I farm B10 for mids and I farm B7 for highs. I get more highs out of B7s than I do out of B10s. It's like ridiculous. And B10 gives me mids. What gets me mad is I get one mid out of B10. Come on. But I'll get 3 highs out of B7. Like, what is that all about? So as I was saying before too, I forgot. Sophie is Sophie. Rocky is the type of dog that he grew up with his uncle, another dog. I know Rocky's breeder, and Rocky has uh Rocky has an uncle named Hercules, and his father's name is Biggie, and those two dogs are brothers. So Hercules was actually neutered by the time he met Rocky. So I don't know. He wasn't the same dog after he was neutered, and Rocky's like an alpha male dog. He comes in and he thinks he's in charge and everything. So I was like, you know what? Sophie's gonna put him in his place, which she did. The first day he came in. Let me tell you something. Rocky's a big dog. He's got the muscles. He's got a head. His head is like huge. It's like people. One of my neighbors tells me he looks like a science experiment gone wrong because he has a nice, skinny, slender body with muscles, pretty big muscles, and this enormous head. It's just like he looks almost like Milo from The Mask, just a much bigger version than that Chihuahua. And he came into the house and he started messing around with Sophie. But what he didn't know is Sophie is Sophie. After 10 minutes, Rocky was on the floor, breathing and panting like a maniac. And Sophie was just sitting there smacking him in the head, smacking him in the ass. It was hilarious. And I was like, all right, that's it. It's done. You learned your lesson, you know? And when they play fight, she usually wins. Now, I don't know what you want to call it, you know, and even with humans too, the woman usually wins in the relationship, but still, you know, like, she fucks him up. It's hilarious. I can't believe it. You know? But I've actually had a couple of incidents with Sophie. That's why I don't take her to the doggy park anymore. And it's usually not her fault. She gets attacked by dogs. I don't know why. She got attacked by one dog. A dog. They were playing fetch with the other dog's owners, and the owners pretended like they threw the ball. There was no ball, and the other dog was overly attached to this ball. And they were running back, and the dog looked back at Sophie, started running back, and then looked back again. And all of a sudden, you see the dog lunge at Sophie, bite her in the jaw. Sophie gets out of it somehow, and almost takes the dog's eye out. And I'm like, oh my God. So, you know, I wasn't too worried about Sophie. She could handle herself. She got bit by a little dog one time. Nothing happened. She took it. She was like, dude, she just continued to play like it was nothing. She doesn't care. So I don't worry about her getting into fights and stuff like that. Usually it's the other dog that's the aggressor. Let me tell you something though. When she sees a baby pit bull, because as I said, she's a rescue. She was a mill dog. When I got her, oh my God, the poor thing. I thought she was gonna. I thought she was going to. I thought I was gonna have to get her a bra, but she gained a little weight. She was a little too skinny. She was sagging a lot. So now she looks healthy. She actually grew out whiskers and stuff like that, which is a big thing, at least for me. No, great. Sell this thing. Did I get it? Ugh. So I'm going to show you guys the stats on them. They're really not that great. I mean, look at Orochi. 84% crit rate, 42% accuracy. His runes aren't really top-notch runes, you know? Then we've got a Cassis. Where is Cassis? She was right next to Orochi. I've got her with attack, you know? So, she's really not all that great. She has a 20% accuracy. Amon. As I said, Rage and Blade. But anyway. The only thing I worried about was having 100% crit rate. I don't use Amon in the arena, see? He's got 1 4-star hit point percentage rune. Then we've got Shannon. Who another one, 19% accuracy. It's like hilarious. You know, almost 20,000 hit points. But they get their successfuls. And then, alright, his runes are good. Him I use in the arena, so he's not so bad. He's actually a little funny also, but it's more for speed, so he can boost the speed. As you can see, I've got a plus 14 crit damage rune here, plus 17 speed, plus 14 crit damage. What I meant was plus 14 speed, sorry. Plus 17 speed over here, plus 15 speed with the accuracy, plus 10 speed, and he's got plus 11 over there as well, so that's the way Bernard is built. So, as I said, there's no waste in 6-starring these monsters. They're actually pretty good monsters. So, alright guys, have a good one. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, please.